That's what I'm always digging through when you guys get readings, looking for stuff. Okay, let's do this. Hijack sounds fetchy. Okay. All right, medium reading for EGB. Here we go. Let's do this. Okay, I think I have a male. Keep seeing a lot of colors with him. It's the second time we've gotten a lot of colors in a reading. My whole face and head feels really tingly. I saw snow all of a sudden, but it looked like old snow, like it was speckly, like the leopard jasper. It was weird. Okay, so this man, he's presenting himself to me as being younger. Not young, but younger. Like, he seems of the generation above you. So, father, uncle, along those lines. And unlike the reading earlier where I wasn't sure, like, I thought it might be not deceptive, but not exactly correct. I feel like this might be correct. Like, I really am leaning towards uncle. He has I'm trying to pick up on his personality. I feel like he had a good sense of humor, but that sometimes his joking around could also be hurtful. I don't know if he really realized that his joking around could be hurtful. And I hate to say this, but I almost feel like it didn't really bother him if it was hurtful to somebody else. He does kind of have a little bit of like a rough around the edges kind of personality. Not that he was a bad guy. He just kind of a little macho. Maybe like more more like traditionally male attitude about things. Like women had their place and, you know, like old school. Which, don't judge him. That's just the way things were. I feel like that's coming from both of us. Like, not to get on a rant or anything, but we tend to start looking through the past with the present filter, and we realize that what we did in the past was not right. But that doesn't mean that the people in the past were horrible people. It's just different. It was a different time. And the fact that we're moving forward and realizing that things needed to be different is a good thing. So even though this man seems like he very much has this traditional approach specifically towards women, let's not hate on him. It's just the way things are, the way things were. I think he's I felt like this like rush of gratitude that I was like sticking up for him. Okay. All right, let's see if we can figure out how he passed. Well, he showed me fishing. I don't think that means that he died while he was fishing. I think that he was trying to show me something else first. And then I was like, hey, show me how you died. And he was like, oh, but I was going to show you this fishing thing. So let's just keep in mind the fishing thing. I feel like he was a smoker, and that was part of the reason why he passed. Like I was hearing like emphysema, so something similar, a lung issue. I do also feel like he had other health things going on, but I think the major problem was lungs. Okay, now let me try for an initial. T. Oh my goodness. I almost want to say that I heard Tony. But, you know, names aren't always great for me, so we'll keep it in mind, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's correct. Okay, so this feels like an uncle. He's manly and macho. He showed us some fishing. He had a lung issue. I think he was a smoker. I heard the letter T. Is there anything else at the beginning? Oh, that he had a good sense of humor. But it could also, like, he liked to make fun of people. So he was funny, but he could be hurtful. All right, EGB, do you know who this is? You felt something on your belly, like the tingly sensation? Oh, you feel tingles on your belly. Oh, that's cool. You don't remember somebody like this? Okay. Well, it could be that you just got hijacked. Since we were just talking about it. EGB, I can't remember if this has ever happened to you or not, but this is what we have to do. If you can't think of somebody that this could be, we have to open it up to everybody else. Okay. So everybody that's watching, even if you're lurking, even if you've just been sitting around, you know, watching TV and listening to this at the same time, doing something else, yeah, you can join the queue. You just do !join. Well, don't get caught up on the T or the Tony, EGB, because my names and initials aren't always correct. But if you have somebody in your family or somebody that you knew that has a similar personality, I would rely on that more. So you think about it, and then we're going to ask everybody else too. So we have a spirit, and EGB is not certain that the spirit belongs to her. So please listen. It's a male. He seems like an uncle. He's very manly and macho. Definitely has like the women have their place kind of attitude. He had a good sense of humor, but sometimes he could make fun of people and was hurtful. I think he liked to go fishing, perhaps, because he showed me fishing. He was a smoker. He had a lung issue that was partly how he passed. And I got the letter T, and I also heard the name Tony, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the person's name is Tony or starts with a T. It could be that somebody related to the spirit is Tony or starts with a T, even somebody in the living. Does anybody know who this is? Can anybody claim our man here? Hey, Jelly Millie Mellow. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Can anybody claim our manly man here? I was going to put my hair up earlier and then for some reason I didn't. I think it's time. It's time for the hair to go up. So EGB, now that you've had a little bit more time to think about it, can you think of anybody that this sounds like, even if the name isn't correct or the initial isn't correct? Is anybody else? Can anybody else claim this person? You have a Thomas? Does Thomas have a personality like this? Thank you, Salty. Did I get it okay? Yeah, it looks alright. Man, I've been drinking like unsweetened things for a while now, and this is like, pow, sugar. How many grams of sugar does it have? A lot. 45 grams of sugar. It's like drinking sugar through a straw. That's why it's so tasty. Oh, thanks. Don't look at it. Salty. Yeah, I know. I probably shouldn't have looked at it. It's a lot of sugar. You're getting a Thomas name? Oh, Thomas is the name that you're getting for the person. Not necessarily that you have a Thomas that this fits. Okay. So nobody can claim this fella. All right. Well, he might go unclaimed. We have had some instances recently where you don't think it's your ghost. What do you mean, Priestess of Wonderland? You have a ghost? Like in your house? Thank you, Maricor. We have had situations recently where I put down unclaimed on it, and then it comes back around, and we end up figuring out who it is. So that could be what might happen here. So EGB, we're going to try again. I'm going to let him decide whether he needs to continue talking to us or whether we're going to get somebody different. It could be. Can we ask him what he wants? I could. You think it's for EGB? She'll connect the dots later. I think Salty might be right. Okay, well, you guys want me to talk to him, so we're gonna have to get these rocks back out because I was already putting them away. I did get out some other ones too, though, so I'm gonna leave them to the side. You have so much family that's passed on. So it could be somebody that's related to you, you just don't know. That happens sometimes. We can't know everybody that's passed. It's not possible. Priestess said you just can't claim him as someone you know. What? Hold on. Just that I can't claim him as someone who wants to communicate with me. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to ask him to step aside then because we're going to see where this goes. Everybody seems invested in this manly man. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to go back in. I might glean some more information about who this is, and he might end up clearing it up for us on who he belongs to. And maybe we'll just go ahead and get a message from him. Sometimes the messages that come through are good for everybody, even if we don't specifically know the person. You wouldn't be shocked if it was your great-grandpa. I mean, it could very well be somebody that is older, because we were talking about how his like the way that he thought about the world is kind of like old school. So it could be somebody older than an uncle. Sometimes they just show themselves to me as being a different age, because they can show themselves as being any age they want. They don't have to show me as being like, show themselves as being some ancient old person, you know? He wasn't so nice to his daughter. Could be. That would make sense, EGB, because I don't think this person was always very nice. And like I was saying, I don't think that it necessarily bothered him that he wasn't very nice. Like, just, that's just the way he was. Okay, let's see what he wants to tell us, or if we can figure out who he is. Think that you hit the nail on the head. I do believe this could be your great-grandfather, because he's saying something about your grandma. He's very... Oh, goodness. I feel like I'm gonna go down some deep rabbit hole that we don't need to go down here. Okay, let's just say that he's kind of argumentative, and even though it's like, even though he knows that he didn't do things correctly, he didn't do things right by his daughter, he still is kind of wanting to, what's the right word? Like, argue his case. Like, justify. That's the right word I'm looking for. He wants to justify his actions still. I think I think you might be giving me the silent treatment now because I think that I might have um let's just say I might have pushed the wrong buttons. I was trying to have like a heart to heart with him about like, you know, like why did he still feel that way? But I don't know if he wants to talk about it anymore. So let's not go down that rabbit hole. Let's see if he has a message for you, because clearly he wanted to come through this evening. So what did he want to say? What kinds of things does he want to say that are helpful this evening? Sorry. Take care of yourself. He did not take care of himself. So he's coming through this evening to remind you that you need to take care of yourself. Like, don't make the bad choices about, you know, your health. Don't put off doing things you know you need to do. You know, cut out things that you know are not good for you. Because he didn't do that. And I think his life was a lot shorter than perhaps he wanted it to be. So he wanted to tell you not to make the same mistakes that he did. As far as health goes, we won't talk about all the other mistakes, but as far as health goes, take care of yourself. Okay, so it was for you, and it wasn't an uncle. This was definitely your great grandpa, because that was a whole hot mess with grandma there. Wow. Okay. We won't talk about all that stuff though, but we are going to give the message. So, okay. Take care of yourself. Basically, take care of yourself so you can have a longer life than he did. Okay. Oh my goodness, you typed a lot of stuff. Okay, hold on. He was from Spain and he smoked a lot. There you go. Yep, he was a smoker. He landed in Puerto Rico, met your great grandmother. Used to slam her head on the cement wall. Oh my god, to your grandma. Oh, thank you for contributing to the 30-minute tarot giveaway, Miracor. He was very abusive to your father, and it was horrible. Really light-skinned. Yes. Priestess of Wonderland contributed to the 30-minute tarot video giveaway. Thank you. That's why. That's what I was thinking. Yep, the smoking. The smoking was the thing. Because I was like, I think EGB might be a smoker. And that's why he's coming through to tell you to stop it. Stop smoking. Not good for you. Yes. Well, I think we definitely know who it was now. Because all of the things that you just said are the things that I was picking up on. Now, he didn't want to show me all the things that you just told me, because somehow he's still thinking that some of the stuff he did was okay. Clearly it was not. Hopefully he's going to learn some lessons while he's over there. Before he tries to come back. EGB, are you serious? EGB, I don't know what to say to you. Are you serious? His name is Tony. Child, after you gave me a whole runaround about his name not being Tony. His name was Tony. He seems like a Tony. Oh my goodness. Does anybody actually know anybody named Tony that's not has some issues. Doesn't have some issues. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased on the Tonys. If somebody knows a great person named Tony, let me know. Wow. Okay. I need a breather after that one. It was Tony. He told me. He told me it was Tony. Oh. You didn't want to remember. Yes. He was not a nice person. I still don't know if he's the greatest person. Even now. But he was kind enough to come through and tell you something helpful. Because he clearly does care about you, or he wouldn't have come through to tell you to stop smoking and take care of yourself. So maybe he has learned a little bit. You know what I'm saying? His family was racist in Spain. They wanted to know anything about me and my dad's family. And remember what we said at the beginning. Let's not be too judgmental, because he comes from a different time. As judgmental as we want to be about this situation, let's try to step back a little bit. The rest of us, you can feel however you want to, because it's your family, but the rest of us will just be the outsider looking in, trying not to be too judgmental, because he's from a different time where things were just different. But I hope that he's willing to learn a few things while he's over there before he decides to come back and do it again. All right, AGB. Well, that was a crazy reading. A very crazy reading. And I hope that you feel better, my dear. No more vomiting. There's no more puking tonight. You're done puking. UGB is going to be free of the vomiting for the rest of the evening. Oh, hello, Charming Panda. That's a cute name. Thank you for the follow. So the next person is Miracor.